Welcome to our tutorial on defining material properties for your ANSYS simulations. In this section, we'll explore how precise material definitions form the foundation of any reliable simulation. Material properties define how your structure reacts to physical forces, thermal loads, and environmental factors. The accuracy of your analysis depends heavily on the quality of your input data, garbage in, garbage out. Let's begin our countdown through key concepts and steps to mastering material inputs. There are 4 fundamental principles to remember when inputting material data into ANSYS. We are breaking down the process into manageable steps. Ensuring data integrity is critical at every stage. Keep your documentation organized for repeatable results. Always verify your source of physical constants. Consider the operational temperature ranges for your materials. Review your units before committing to the solver. Validate against known literature values. Check for anisotropic behavior, if applicable. Simplify without losing necessary accuracy. Almost halfway through our technical checklist. Ensure your stiffness matrix is well defined. Verify damping coefficients if performing dynamic analysis. Consistency is key in material library management. Check convergent settings influenced by material properties. Evaluate if your material exhibits strain rate sensitivity. Document your material source references for audit trails. Ensure density values align with global units. Assess the need for multilinear stress-strain curves. Validate shear modulus against Young's modulus. We are now moving into the second half of our checklist. Check for Poisson's ratio constraints in your models. Review thermal expansion coefficients for accuracy. Confirm your heat capacity input for transient analysis. Evaluate if localized property variation is needed. Ensure material databases are accessible by all team members. Verify temperature dependency for all thermal properties. Check for proper yield criteria definition. Audit your material naming conventions for clarity. Confirm that hardening laws are correctly specified. We are nearing the final steps of our preparation. Verify that failure limits are established. Double-check input fields for potential typos. Maintain consistent material data across sub-assemblies. Ensure your material library is regularly updated. Validate that the material density is correctly applied to the mesh. Verify that all required data fields are populated before running simulations. Confirm that nonlinear material models are appropriate for your specific study. Perform a sanity check on your material results versus engineering experience. Final review of your material profile before starting the solver run. Accessing the ANSYS Engineering Data Library is your first step for managing standard material profiles. You can also define custom material profiles to match specific project requirements not found in standard libraries. Physical constants like density are the baseline inputs needed for almost every structural analysis. Precisely define your material's density and mechanical constants to ensure mass and stiffness are correctly modeled. Incorporate thermal conductivity and expansion coefficients to accurately simulate thermal stress environments. Moving beyond basic models allows for simulating complex real-world material behaviors. Nonlinear material models capture behavior past the elastic limit, which is essential for accurate failure analysis. Choose between isotropic, orthotropic, or anisotropic properties based on your material's grain direction or structural composite layout. Every good analyst verifies their input data to avoid simulation errors. Always verify that your units are consistent across your entire geometry, material inputs, and load boundary conditions. Common errors often stem from mismatched unit systems or undefined thermal properties at specific operating temperatures. Proper material definition is the hallmark of a professional simulation engineer. Ensure that the material profile you've defined is correctly assigned to the intended geometry components in your assembly. Follow these steps consistently to ensure high simulation reliability and actionable results in all your engineering projects.